Okay, so today we are solving Jan 2025 paper unit 2 question number 3 part D. Evaluate the three payment options from the point of view of Sunrise PLC. So there has been three payment options for the customers which had been given, and this part we had solved in the previous part, okay, in the part C. Now they have asked evaluate the three payment options from the point of view of this business which has been given. Okay, so here we can see that from the option 1 we can see that it helps the cash flow of the Sunrise. Some cash is going to come into the business, right? So here for the first option, cash is coming into the business, and it avoids any possibility of irrecoverable debt happening. Okay, somebody says I can't pay, then it leads to irrecoverable debt, so it avoids those possibilities. However, sales may be restricted if the customers do not have enough ready available funds. In the option 1, at least 40% they have to pay on the day of the sale. So if the people don't have enough funds, then the projected sales will also not happen. In the option 2, okay, for the business, it does not help the present cash flow of the Sunrise. However, in the 12 months time the cash flows are likely to be good. Okay, so we can see that there is no cash inflow into the business because of option 2 that's given to the customers. So then what happens is delaying the payments for 12 months increases the possibility of irrecoverable debt. Okay, there is a no cash flow happening and also chance of irrecoverable debt. However, sales may be boosted as customers don't need to have to pay ready funds available on that. However, the projected sales or sales more than that might happen because they don't have to pay at the time of purchase and they don't need to have ready cash. Now let's look at the option 3. Option 3 says it only brings 20% of the total revenue figure for Sunrise PLC immediately as a cash. This is worse than the option 1 where, okay, this is worse than the option 1 because it's just bringing only 20%, whereas option 1 is bringing 40% of the total revenue. But it is also better than option 2 where they are not receiving any cash flow at all. So there is no cash flow in the option 2, but it is better than the option. It is not good as good as option 1, but it is better than option 2. Okay, so that is what they are saying here, and this is going to, there is a possibility of also irrecoverable debt happening because you're only getting 20% of the deposit of the total revenue received that needs to be received from the customers. The total figures paid by the customers is equal to, we can see that they had to pay 20% of the deposit 255 plus 18 installments at 75 pounds, which is 1350 pounds, and if we add up these total it comes up to 1605 pounds. It is at least 330 more than the Sunrise. Okay, actually they need to pay only 1275, but in option 3, okay, the amount collected is seems to be more than 330 pounds than the actual price you're collecting. So then so for more for the Sunrise PLC than a cash sale using option 1 or 2. In option 1 or 2 you're not collecting, you are collecting exactly 1275, but whereas in option 3 you are collecting 1605. So it is again better than the option 1 or 2. So however, sales may be boosted as the customers do not need to have to pay all the total cost of the scooter available at the date of the sale. So they will not need to have sufficient funds, and so the projected demand might also be met. So in conclusion, you can say that option 3 is better. It is better to use option 3. Okay, you can conclude with any option you want, but you have to conclude saying it is better to use some